This is Immigration Attorney Parviz Malakouti. In this video, I want to go over some of the complications that can arise with asylees, people who have fled their government and are looking to come to the United States. Now, in this video, I'm not talking about people who have come to the United States and then are going through the process here, but rather people who have sought asylum in another country and then from that country are trying to come to the United States. That's a common scenario that comes up, and it's one that I dealt with recently with a case, a marriage-based consular processing case. Okay, consular processing, of course, means somebody's applying for a green card, and they're applying for the green card from outside the United States, and then they want to come. In this particular case, it was an Iranian lady. It was a marriage-based consular processing case, and that Iranian lady had applied for asylum, the equivalent of asylum, in a third-party country. And she was living in that third-party country and wanted to come to the United States to reunite with her wonderful husband that lives here in California. Well, not here in California, right here. Right now I'm in Green Lane, Pennsylvania, but I'm normally based in California. Anyway, one very big common issue that comes up is that a lot of times people who are asylees or pending asylees, they don't have documentation. They have no passport at all, or they have an expired passport. And that's a problem for somebody that wants to apply for consular processing, because you need to have a valid passport for travel and then also to get the visa, the American visa, the immigrant visa stamped into it, okay? So this is an issue, and many countries, the United States included, have legal provisions whereby if asylees go seek a benefit from or shelter from the previous country that they claim persecution from, that will jeopardize that person's asylum claim in the country that they're staying, because the rationale goes, well, if you're so afraid of that country, you should not be dealing with them. You should not be trying to get any benefits from them, okay? Now, that problem dovetails with the passport issue, because what do we do to get passports? We go to our home government, if we're in our country, or if we're abroad, we go to an embassy to try to get our passports renewed. So this was the issue that she was dealing with, one of the issues she was dealing with. She had an expired Iranian passport, and she was not able to get another passport from Iran, okay? And she had claimed asylum from Iran, okay? Now, what ended up happening in this case, and a solution that we found for her, is we ended up applying for what's called a convention travel document, okay, for her in the country that she was staying, okay? Convention travel document is a document that substitutes for a passport for certain types of people. Usually it includes those who are applying for asylum or for protection against, or protection under, the Convention Against Torture, okay? So that's why it's called a convention travel document. Now, in this case, it required a lot of coordination, because first of all, I had to go research some immigration law in that third-party country that she was staying in and see if she would be able to get a convention travel document. And then secondly, we had to contact the U.S. Embassy that she was scheduled to interview at, and to confirm with them that they would be satisfied with the convention travel document for her to come to that interview, and if she's approved at the interview, which she was, to get the visa stamped in it. Luckily, this worked out well. I had a great set of clients. She was very responsive. She followed my instructions very carefully. We applied for a convention travel document for her. We got that convention travel document. We got permission from the U.S. Embassy. We got affirmation that the convention travel document would be fine. She went to the interview. She presented it. She was asked her questions. She was approved. She got the visa. And she ended up coming into the United States safe and sound, okay? So that was a success story. That turned out very well. But this is just an example of one complication, kind of on the common side, that comes up in a consular processing case, particularly where somebody has had difficulties at home with the government and they've claimed asylum elsewhere. So anyway, I just thought I'd like to share that little anecdote with you. If you have an immigration situation that you're curious about, and if you want to talk about your particular situation, or if you have a specific question, you can click on the link below, book a paid consultation. We can get into your facts one-on-one. We usually requires a fairly long conversation, at least 30 minutes, sometimes up to an hour, because immigration is complicated. So you really want to sit down with a lawyer, 100% attention that they're giving to your case. We can do that for your situation. And then similarly, if you just don't want to deal with having to figure these things out for yourself, if you just want to hire a professional to deal with this from A to Z, Click on that same link below, book a paid consultation. We can go through the weaknesses the case may have, any issues, any problems that may come up, price, and of course, timeline and chances of success. So that's it. I hope you have a wonderful day and stay safe.